Distinguished guests and our media partners, my dear colleagues, and all those who are tuned in, a warm welcome to each one of you to Aditya Sun Life Mutual Fund Annual Investment Conclave, the 8th edition of Voyage. Voyage, as you all know, is our flagship event, has become a brand in itself. Looking back at our journey, we started off with a humble gathering of 500 participants in the year 2014, which has now grown to beyond 35,000 to the digital audience, including our overseas clients. Let me take this opportunity to thank each one of you for taking your time out to attend this signature event and for your continued support and association with the Aditya Sun Life Mutual Fund. Let me begin by showing our past editions of Voyage in the form of a small AV. Can I have the AV, please?
Mutual Fund truly believe and endorse this famous quote: an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. And with an objective to help our partners like you to gain from the valuable insights, knowledge, market intelligence, and industry updates from prominent speakers from India and across the globe, we set sail on this alluring journey of Voyage. Started in 2014, Voyage has indeed come a long way and has evolved multifold over these years. Through this journey, our constant endeavor has been to share enriching ideas and insights to keep our valued partners abreast with the latest updates, growth opportunities, and challenges. Over the years, we have hosted seasoned ship masters of national and international acclaim to chart the future course of action and help you navigate through the storm and calm seas with ease. With its impressive lineup of star speakers, visionaries, and experts from various walks of life, intriguing topics and agenda, impactful content and conversations, its massive scale and attendance from pan-India, Voyage is now one of the most eminent and coveted events in the Indian mutual fund industry. The enthusiasm of our partners for Voyage is evident from the growing number of participants over the years. Even when the world was dealing with COVID-19 pandemic, we were determined to not allow learning to take a backseat for our partners. And in the unprecedented times of lockdowns, our team that swears by our motto, learning must go on, managed to seamlessly take Voyage digital to help our partners navigate to a better tomorrow. We are extremely glad that we were able to successfully pull off an impactful and immersive online event with more than 40,000 views. 2021 has brought a ray of new hope for everyone. The start of this new decade has been nothing short of extraordinary, with Sensex scaling 50,000. But in today's world, with the rising volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity around the future, $1 million question is, what lies ahead for all of us in this new decade? And to find answers to this, we present to you a new theme for Voyage 2021. The rise of a new decade with the same zeal and enthusiasm. We wholeheartedly welcome your active participation in the most sought-after event in the mutual fund industry in its 8th edition, Voyage 2021.
As it is known, 2020 was one of the most challenging years, with COVID-19 bringing uncertainty in all aspects of life. During this tough year, the system came together to face the pandemic and displayed extraordinary strength to give hope for a better tomorrow. While uncertainty remained throughout 2020, the discovery of vaccine has not only reduced adversity, it has also improved the confidence of the economy going further. As India marches into a new decade as citizens of India, let us pride ourselves for the kind of resilience we have exhibited during this tough period. Let me also take this opportunity to express deepest gratitude and admiration on behalf of all of us to the frontline workers and policymakers who displayed extraordinary dedication, commitment, and courage in the face of the pandemic. I would like to thank our Honorable Prime Minister, Sri Narendra Modi ji, for the thrust towards digital India a few years back, which benefited all during the lockdown period and increased the adoption of technology at much faster pace. This, in fact, kept the banking system as well as the human connectivity live. Governments, central banks, the world institutions all around the globe have navigated these rough waters quite successfully, taking calculated monetary and other policy measures. Businesses and people at large have adapted to the new normal. Post the easing of restrictions, green shoots of recovery were seen across the globe. Global financial market cheered at every sign of recovery by broadly pushing equity market to record highs. Investors across the globe chose to be optimistic and began to look ahead with the hope for a faster recovery. As we all witnessed, any market cycle changes and trends generally spreads over few years of period, but the markets in 2020 have witnessed a complete cycle in a single year. The initial months of the pandemic saw a bearish phase of the markets driven by uncertainty, but slowly the inflection rates got reduced. The timely intervention of policymakers, along with the resilience shown by the business and people, we witnessed a rapid hope-driven acceleration in the equity market. This is what we call as the hope phase, which is the initial phase of the new bull market. The hope phase tends to be very strong, and that's what we have seen between March and October 2020. Now we are moving into what we call the hope and the growth phase, which is the longest part of the bull market. We believe this is the Goldilocks scenario due to high liquidity in the system, dovish monetary policy, a double bull market run, and shift in the perception towards ignoring few quarters of uncertain performance of the company's results. To help our investors and distributors better understand the market and make sound investment decisions, we at Aditya Birla Mutual Fund, through our flagship annual event, Investment Voyage Conclave, wish to provide some guidance on the economy and market outlook by inviting experts to decode the current situation. Like every year, this year too, we have an exciting lineup of speakers and panelists comprising of policymakers, industry experts, thought leaders, along with our team to share their thoughts and views on India 2021 and beyond. Our last year voyage was all about interpreting economy and the market situation and provide some guidance to our investors and distributors. We ensured we continue with the tradition of voyage even during the lockdown period, swiftly moving to digital mode as it was pertinent to bring expert voices to give direction to the world of investing. As we begin this new journey into a new decade, we are optimistic and bullish on the growth prospects of Indian economy and the markets. The new decade brings in the promise of a new beginning with the hope for a better tomorrow. In this edition of Voyage, we want to highlight the optimism we as a fund house have on the growth potential, opportunities, and trends of the Indian economy and the domestic markets. I am sure the factors driving the hope and optimism will be elaborated more by our co-CIOs, Mahesh Patil and Manish Dangi, over the course of the event. Let me now apprise you of the latest developments in the mutual fund industry. The mutual fund asset base has grown and reached to a new high of 30 lakh crore average assets management as of December 2020. The industry has attained scale over the last few years and due to increased financial awareness and increase in digital penetration. The retail asset base of the industry has crossed 16 lakh crore. The monthly SIP book for the industry stands at 8,400 crores with almost 3.47 crore, 3,47,000 crores is coming from live SIPs. The total outstanding AUM on the SIP is about 3.98 lakh crores as of December 2020. The total folio account of the industry stands about 9 crore 43 lakh folios as of December 2020. While this is indeed remarkable, no doubt, in the global context, this is still a minuscule achievement. There lies a tremendous untapped potential for mutual funds in India. As of today, the Indian mutual fund investor base comprises of less than 1% of the Indian population. When compared to the bank deposit base, approximately 154 lakh crore as on 15 January 2021, the Indian mutual fund asset base constitutes merely 18% of the overall banking deposit base. Mutual funds are important financial market intermediaries in developed economies. In fact, US mutual fund industry is as big as US banking industries. Whereas in India, the mutual fund industry is still maturing when compared with the banking industry. As mutual funds gain investor confidence, fulfill investor needs, and deliver on investor expectations, the industry will witness accelerated growth and reach newer heights. Therefore, it remains a core theme of mutual fund industry, including ourselves, to look for larger and greater success of all stakeholders to increase the investor base by offering highly relevant product based on investors' needs through the right asset allocation mix of both equity and debt. We as an AMC have been an integral part of the mutual fund industry's journey and have ourselves completed 26 years as of January. My sincere thanks to all our valued partners and investors who have been and continue to be part of this journey. We wish to reiterate our commitment towards all our investors and distributors and stakeholders at all times. We are also committed to learn from our past experiences and both good and bad and make course correction wherever needed in our thought process, the business operations, as well as the investment executions. As I look back since the first voyage, we as Aditya Birla Sun Life Mutual Fund have grown holistically in terms of asset base, customer base, distributor base, market expansion, digital adaptations, penetration in the B30 market as part of our growth drive. In the next few minutes, let me take you through our growth highlights since the last voyage. The overall assets under management has increased from 86,000 crores in the year March 2014 to 2,64,000 crores as of December 2020, a rise of 3.1 times and absolute growth of 206%. Our debt average assets under management stands at 1,72,000 crores as of December 2020, which has gone up by 2.3 times from 74,000 crores in the year March 2014, with an absolute growth of about 132%. Our equity average assets under management has gone up by 8 times from 11,888 crores in the year March 2014 to 91,000 crores in December 2020 at an absolute growth of 671%. As a result of this, our overall equity AUM now stands at 35% of our overall asset base. Our active investor portfolio base has crossed 72 lakhs. In 2014, we were present only about 19 locations. Currently, we are present in about 36 locations. To simplify our product offering and meet investor needs, we have taken solution-based approach in categorizing all our products under the 4 solution bucket. That is savings in the form of liquid schemes, to meet the income needs in the form of fixed income schemes, to meet the growth needs in the form of equity schemes, to meet the tax needs in the form of ALS schemes. These 4 solution buckets are further supported with value-added products and services such as Value STP, SWP, and CSIP, that is Century CSIP, among many others. Let me now highlight our strategy that has led our growth in the last 8 years. There are 3 P's which we have been advocating. One is, of course, the people, performance, and process are key to the success. And the same way, we identified 3 C's, namely clarity, commitment, and consistency of delivering performance, everything that we do, with the motto of making it win-win-win for investors, distributors, as well as ourselves. Our continuous endeavor to increase our geographical footprints has done well for us. We have penetrated and deepened our reach across location through various modes of presence, such as branches, hub and spoke model, and building our emerging market channel. Our planned strategy is to eventually be present in operation in all 543 member of parliament locations. This is part of our broader objective of financial inclusion of the country that will help in the nation building as well as the mutual fund asset building. Our strategy of continuous engagement with the valued investors and partners has enhanced our mind share. Consciously, we keep stepping up our engagement efforts each year, year after year, on this line. We take immense pride in the work we do in the areas of financial literacy and awareness as part of our investor education initiatives. With acceleration and adoption of digital technology across all aspects of life, we too have embraced technology and have been at the forefront in updating our digital assets in order to widen the customer base across different parts of the country. Winning awards and recognition from the external reputed agencies is a validation of our efforts and dedications. Our investor education team won the Asia Asset Management Award for the best fund house for the Investor Education Program 2021, third time in a row for the innovative approach to investor education and distributor development. The same way, our digital and IT team has won the Asia Asset Management Award for the best digital wealth management 2021 for providing digital investment solution. As we move into the new financial year 2021-22, I am hopeful and optimistic on the growth story for the mutual fund industry, the domestic market, and the economy. The recent budget announcement announced by our Honorable Finance Minister, Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman, has been very well received by the market, which is known to all of us. Coming out of the pandemic, the budget addressed all the immediate priorities of the country to help revive the growth and employment. The extensive capital expenditure outlays is an indicator of this. This big infra push by capex infusion and by instituting development financial institutions are important steps. This, along with the ARC, can provide relief to the country's banking systems. This in turn will enable banks to increase their lending and build credit market confidence. The same way RBI governor promised to do whatever it takes and what is necessary to support the economy, as promised by G8 countries and their central banks in the recent past. The monetary policy has been accommodative in its stance since the pandemic and has kept policy rates unchanged for the fourth time in a row. In its recent monetary policy review, RBI has taken steps towards liquidity management by providing a roadmap and policies, deepen the financial market by allowing retail investors to directly access GSEC market by opening gilt accounts. Many of these initiatives of both government through the budgetary provisions and RBI through the monetary policy initiatives makes me feel confident that to remain hopeful for a prolonged period, yet expect economic growth to come back sooner in the form of V-shaped recovery. In addition to this, while initially the pandemic created a lot of pressure on spending and resulted in cost cutting, lately there has been an increase in household expenditure on small ticket discretionary items, giving way to positive consumption trends. This gives us an ample reason to be bullish on India's long-term growth and leading us to emerge as a strong winner among the rest of the global economies, and at the same time giving businesses an opportunity to grow and navigate through market cycles. While markets go through cycles, if one carries a longer-term focus on wealth creation and maintains the right asset allocation without being influenced by short-term fluctuations, there is a meaningful gain to be made from mutual fund investments. It will continue to be one of the best vehicles to invest in the market, providing a comprehensive solution to investors' needs based on their financial goals and risk appetite. Asset allocation is an important investment mantra at any given point of time. The solution offered by us under 4 buckets of savings, income, wealth creation, and tax savings are designed to take care of asset allocation needs of the customers. Building on this, we also created asset allocation products such as Balanced Advantage Fund and Asset Allocated Fund in the last few years. The Voyage Conference for the next 3 days, as you all know, will give you more insight around the economy and the investment scenario. As I mentioned earlier, all the speakers are subject matter experts who have rich expertise in their respective fields. I'm sure the session will give you insightful and valuable the value input to all of you. I also extend my compliments to ET Now, our media partner, and special thanks to Nikunj Dalmia, the managing director of ET Now, who has been a big advocate for the mutual fund industry. He has been a tremendous support in framing the flow and extending the coverage of the conference. I would also like to conclude by saying we'll always remain humble and stay committed to our investors and partners to deliver commendable performance, to be a leader in the industry, managing assets and risk, to expand the market and deepen financialization in the country. I wish all of you and your families good health and happiness as we enter the new decade. And let me conclude with a quote by Martin Luther King Jr. Everything that is done in the world is done by hope. I presume the year 2021 is going to be filled with a lot of hope and also with a high expectation of growth. Therefore, it creates a lot of wealth for all of us as an investor, to all our investors who have been entrusting their money to in the financial market through you as well as directly. Thank you and have a great day.